Okay, hello. My name is Mrs. Cavalier. I'm so sorry I'm starting 15 minutes late. It seems that Google Hangouts on Air was having some technical difficulties, and so I was trying to put up a regular Google Hangout. I figured that would be somewhat difficult. So to say the least, a few business things. There is a 30-second delay using Google Hangouts on Air. So at the end, I will do some question and answers, and there's a way that I'll explain how to get to the question and answer section. But there is a 30-second delay. So I could look like I'm sitting here like this for about 30 seconds, and it's because there's a 30-second delay. So a little bit about thank you so much, first of all, for coming to this webinar tonight. Again, my name is Mrs. Cavalier. I am the school library media specialist at the high school. I like the term teacher librarian because I really am someone who gets involved with teaching your students. We work on research skills. We work on using tech tools in the library. We work on information literacy, digital literacy skills, learning how to be a good digital citizen, really lifelong learning skills that hopefully your student will take with them as they go to college or careers when they graduate from Northport High School. So a little bit of business. Our library is open all day, every day. We're open before school, which is 0 period. So the library opens its doors at 7:10 a.m. every morning, and we're open until 3 o'clock p.m. We're open for all of the lunch periods, all of the periods during the day, unless specified. And usually it's on the morning announcements if we're going to be closed. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the library is open for after-school academic play. So if a student ever needs extra help, it's a great place to go, the library on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. So a few things that I'm going to go through tonight with you. I'm going to go through some of the items that we have for your child at Northport High School. So for instance, we have about 70 laptops in our library for your students to use. We have, your student can come in and check out a laptop for the period. All they need is their student ID, especially if they're having computer problems at home or printer issues, or they can't get to the public library, they don't have a computer available. The library is available for computers. We have a full set of computers downstairs in our library for classes to use. They're really nice Dells, and there's always a computer available for your student in the library. So we have that. We have audio books, we have digital books, we have ebooks, all kinds of things. So I'll show you the OPAC in a few minutes. Bear with me for a moment. I had to restart my computer, so all of my tabs are gone. So hold on one second. I'm going to share my screen here. So hopefully you should be seeing I'm going to just open up Moodle here, and I'm going to log in. One of the places that your student, chances are, will wind up going right in the beginning of their school time is my Moodle page. And we have, as you know, we use Moodle as our system for our classes, and we are also using Google Classroom. I'm still working on how to use Google Classroom with the library. And so right now I'm still sticking with Moodle until I can figure out the most streamlined way for me to go into, the most streamlined way to use Google Classroom for over 2,000 students. So this is my Moodle page, and I just want to go through what we have here on my Moodle page. So this is topic 1. This is where we carry all of our databases. Now, as you could see, we have a varied collection of databases. And if your student is at school, they generally don't need usernames and passwords. But if they're at home, the library database usernames and passwords are right here for them to use from home. It's all the usernames and passwords for all the databases that we carry. Now, I'm just going to go through some of our popular ones. For instance, this is ProQuest. Since I'm at home, I have to log in. This is ProQuest. It's a great broad term database. It's a great, I usually have our students start here. So let's say they were looking into social media. I'm going to do a very broad search here. I mean, obviously, they're not going to go through 627,000 articles, but as you could see, they are getting, if they want to just look at full text, they can click here, can do search, get rid of some of that. Over here, as you can see, students are looking for specific types of sources. If they're looking for scholarly journals, newspapers, trade journals, magazines, different things like that. Over here, if they're looking for relevancy, if they only want certain decades, they can click and it will open up in there. And again, if they just wanted scholarly journals, they could click right into scholarly journals. And this is a database that's really popular with our students. So that is ProQuest. Another popular database that we carry is Global Issues in Context, which is this database right here. Now, this is a great database for all of our students to use, grades 9 through 12 as well, especially if they're doing any type of argument paper or a debate topic or anything like if they want to, again, if they want to persuade someone, they could persuade. The nice thing about this database is that it carries both sides of topics that don't have a definitive yes or no, right or wrong answer. So for instance, if you click on global warming, you'll see that they get an entire topic page dedicated to global warming. And over here again, you can see that there's viewpoints, there's reference, images, news, audio, video, websites, magazines, like everything is again broken down for our students to use. And again, it breaks it down as we go through here. It really is a great database to use for our high school students. Again, 9 through 12, this is a fantastic one for them to use. And that's Global Issues in Context. Oops. Another popular one here is this is our ABC Clio databases. This is good for our students if they're interested in any history topics, American government, American history, daily life through history, pop culture universe, world history, ancient and medieval eras, and world history, the modern era. For instance, we have Global 1 classes in this week, and so this would be a database that they may use. So let's say they were looking up Aztec. They can then search through here and they will see, oh my God. Clayton, close your computer.
I'm not. There's nothing open. I can't get on anything.
Okay, sorry everyone. 1 second. Okay, so again, I'm very sorry for that. As you can see, you can get Aztec article, Aztec, this is the type of information that they are researching right now. So again, if you wanted to look up the war, they could look in here, they could see pictures, and they can use these. Citations are here for them to use, and I'm going to show you what we use for citations now as well. So again, this is our ABC Clio databases. Okay, and another place to look is our Facts on File databases. These are our Facts on File databases. Again, we have issues and controversies, which is similar to the Gale Opposing Viewpoints in Context. It gives balanced sides on both issues. We have World Geography and Culture, More Ancient and Medieval History, Issues and Controversies in American History, a Government Database. And for our students studying English, we have Bloom's Literature, which is a really great database. And this is dedicated to authors and their works. If you have a ninth grader, they may be working on an author study and they may use something like Bloom's Literature. And another thing that I do on my page here is that I break things down. So for instance, here's topic 2. This is where I have some how-to videos for our students. We have a new program. It's a citation platform called Noodle Tools. And so I've made videos for students to use if they're having trouble at home, after they've had the lesson or if they've been absent. This is where they can go. And down here, I give some of our tools that we use in the classroom, some helpful documents. And then what I like to do is I like to break down into topics when classes are coming into the library. For instance, if our students are coming in for any type of author study or literary criticism, which ninth graders do an author study, but seniors in AP English 12 do a project called My Year With. And so it has, it does, that could go for anyone. And, element project for science. For instance, we had students studying history. So we have these databases available to them. And of course, excellent databases for iSearch papers and persuasive essays. I do like to break it down for our students so that when they come in, they have a more specific group of links to use, so that if they have any, they feel like it's not this big broad place for them to go. And so that's what I do. So I do want to show you Noodle Tools, which is a new citation platform that our students are using. So I'm just going to open up Noodle Tools. So all of our students now have a Noodle Tools account. Most of them do anyway. Most English classes have come in to get this. If your student does not have one, they certainly can come in to me and they can just easily register in school or at home. So this is where our students can create projects. So I'm going to just write example webinar project. And we usually use MLA unless your student is in child psychology or some of the upper level science classes, they use APA. And for the most part, we start at junior or advanced, depending on where our students are in terms of how comfortable they are using Noodle Tools. A lot of our students start with junior and then they move up from there. And then they just click submit and they get to this page. Now, the nice thing is that if teachers are interested, they can actually go here and they can, fill this research question and thesis and things like that. Over here, if a teacher has set up a project inbox, they can click here, find their teacher's project and add themselves to it. And then their teacher can see their project as they move along. And down here, students can actually collaborate together in real time. Since we're always promoting students working with each other online and collaborating online using Google Docs and Google Drive and Slides and Prezi, this is just another collaborative tool for them to use at home or with their students that are in their groups. So they could click there. And then this is where our students can add their sources, which is really nice. We are working on having our students create citations and really know what they're using. As you can see, if students were using a database, and let's say they look at their article, they realize, let's say it is a journal, they would click here, and then they would fill in this information, and all of our databases are actually right here. They could choose one of the databases, and then they just fill in the information as they find it. And then once they're done, they would hit submit. I'm just going to hit cancel for now. Then something else they have is they can create note cards for their projects right here in Noodle Tools. Okay, they can put direct quotes here. They can paraphrase, they can annotate, they can add images. They could put their original thinking here. So essentially they could do an entire research paper or research project right online, which is really convenient and also really good for our environment. Some of our students really got used to it right away. Some of them were used to using the EasyBib Pro version, so they moved right into using Noodle Tools, and it seems to be going over pretty well. And again, if students want, they can actually connect their Google Drive. Their school Google Drive is what we suggest, but they can connect any Google Drive directly to this, and they can actually work right here. If they clicked on paper, I'll show you. Since mine's already connected, it then opens right up to a Google Doc. And so it's connected. So everything is really seamless and connected. And they can also, once they're done with their citations, they can export their citation page to a Google Doc as well. And so that is Noodle Tools. One other thing I wanted to show you is our OPAC. A lot of our students don't realize that we have the OPAC still, that we have lots of books at their disposal. Our collection is actually quite decent. I'm constantly getting new books every month, both fiction and award-winning nonfiction. And so let's say a student wanted to look up the Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. You know, we have this book that can check it out. You know, we have really tons of books. And so I think sometimes our students forget that they come to the library and they use the computers and they use the databases. But if they look up once in a while, they'll see that the library is still full of relevant print books and also books for their enjoyment. Some other things that I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you that. And then I just have one little video to show you. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, so if we go, so that's our chat. So later on, I can actually chat with you there. So I wanted to show you our website, which perhaps you were perusing while I was having technical difficulties, but this is our website. And this is a nice place for our students to go and for parents to go as well. Our front page is made up of, here we have a book item request form for our students to use. If they are interested in a book that we happen to not carry, they can fill this form out and send it directly to me, and I will see into getting that book. And then I usually send a message to the student when the book arrives, or if the book can't arrive, I let them know. Over here, this is where teachers can set up for collaboration, coming to the library. I have a little bit about our Instagram page and our Pinterest page. And then down here is a little feed of my Twitter page. I'm pretty active on Twitter. I feel like it's a great way to connect with other educators. And I just think it's great. So if you wanted to find me, I am at librarian_DCAV. Again, if our students don't want to go through Moodle, all of our databases are right here for them to use. They just need, if they're at home, they just need the usernames and passwords, which is actually available in our school via a QR code. We have book reviews. They're not just my book reviews. Sometimes I will do a book review. And sometimes our students, like this is a student book review. Student book review. So, you know, we have that going on. So if you have a reader in your family who wants to review some books for us, that would be great. This is our blog. Often putting up some information for our students. Or sometimes I'm just blogging, like I wrote about how I am actually a student I've added some little videos here. Here's a blog post about our playaways. A lot of people don't know that we have playaways, which are these little, almost the size of a deck of cards. It's like a little MP3 of some of our, titles that we use in the classroom of Mice and Men, The Crucible, Macbeth, Lord of the Flies. These are things that our students do read. And if they are more, if hearing something helps, we do have these. We also have them on digital. So if students are interested in actual digital audiobooks, all they have to do is come in, create an account in the Destiny system with me, and then they can check out audiobooks and ebooks. We have a lot of ebooks as well. Yeah, some little videos and Noodle Tools demonstrations. You'll see kids hard at work in the library. This is when they were creating websites. There I am being silly. Yeah, so that's my blog. The events page, which I believe you're on right now. Oh yeah, there we go. And so this is the event page where you'll find that there is information on this parent webinar. And then if anyone ever wanted to contact me, they could go right here and enter their name and an email and a comment. And then right here is our calendar. You can look at the calendar. You usually do it a week by week. So you could see if your students have class in the library, this is where you can see. Some of our students like to know when they're coming to the library, so sometimes they give that a check. So that is that. And then I just have one little video left to show you. And it's a video about makerspace in the library. We do have lots of little like STEM activities, high-tech, low-tech activities for our students to do. So here, I'm just going to play this. I think my sound might be off. The 3 Doodler. We've got the Zombonatron. We have a Makey Makey. And then we do some low things as well, like jigsaw puzzles. And we had some fun making duct tape items. We made some beaded jewelry. One of my students made that. We've done some coloring in the library. So again, you could always watch that video, see what we have. We do like to just try and have our students tinker and create if they want. Things are available for them to use. Our students are often really busy, but sometimes they need a little bit of a break. So I'm going to stop screen sharing here. Okay. Okay, hi again. So if you have any questions, I believe on the bottom it says YouTube Live. There's like a little red YouTube icon. If you click onto that, it should open up onto YouTube. And from there, you can actually type in a question if you have any questions for me. So I'm going to head on over there and wait and see if you have any questions for me. So I'm just going to go on over there now. Okay, see, we have a question from someone. Hold on one second. So yes, they can come in to make things during any period. We do have it so that, students can check it, can see, oh, can I play with Kublets? Can I, because we do have 2 full-time teacher aides in our library. So if I am working with the class, there are other people who work in the library who are willing to hand out our makerspace activities. And we do try and have a hands-off approach so that they don't feel like anybody is breathing down their necks. But thank you for your question. I hope that was helpful. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any more questions, but thank you so much for joining in this evening. And I'm just going to bring myself back up. Again, thank you so much for joining in. If there are no more questions, I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Otherwise, have a great night. Oh, I have another question. Great. We are open before school every single day. So from 7:10 to 7:50, the library is open for any of our students to be able to go to. And it is open after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays until about 4 o'clock. They do have something called After School Academic Place. And so although I'm not there after school, there are a collection of teachers there every Tuesday and Thursday for various subjects for extra help. Okay, a third question. Thank you so much. Yes, your child can print their homework from the library. We do try and keep it at a 10-page minimum. Obviously, if a student is printing out their IB paper or an actual paper, we'll let them print more than 10 pages. But we try and just deter them from printing out, 75-page New York Times articles. We try and get them just to print out the article. But yes, they can print out their homework in the library. Okay, so if there are no further questions, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Feel free to contact the library anytime with questions, and have a great night.